Well, good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Friday, July 19th. Above normal temperatures will continue into early next week, with highs each and every day in those upper 80s to low triple digits. But beyond that, some isolated thunderstorm chances will continue in addition, and I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Again, above normal temperatures will continue into early next week. We're looking at temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees above normal for this time of year, so certainly keep an eye on that if you're out there in the heat of the day. Daily thunderstorm chances will continue as monsoon moisture works clockwise around a pretty broad region of high pressure. Stronger storms will be capable of producing some brief heavy rain, gusty winds around that 30 to 50 mile an hour range, and frequent lightning. In addition, we are tracking the potential for some increased fire weather concerns, especially when it comes to a mix of wet and dry thunderstorms. Some of those will be on the wetter side, some on the drier. May not see as much precipitation out of some of these, but more lightning impacts, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. But in addition, just some patchy wildfire smoke will continue due to an increased uptick in wildfires across the west. And a quick look at satellite for you this morning shows mostly clear skies out there. You can see that clockwise flow around a high pressure centered over the Four Corners region. That'll be the main driver of precipitation chances here over the next couple of days, and that'll continue into early next week with little changes in our weather pattern for the foreseeable future. Take a look at the weather risk outlook for your next 5 days. We'll focus on region-wide isolated thunderstorms for both today and tomorrow, decreasing in coverage for Sunday, before heading back into more widespread coverage, especially in the mountains. Again, only isolated coverage during those afternoon hours, but increasing for Monday and Tuesday. Can't really let a storm or two on the Snake Plain, Magic Valley corridor, but looking more dry heading into early next week. Here's a look at those top wind gust reports for yesterday, Thursday, July 18th. We saw gusts about 30 to 55 miles an hour, some locally stronger gusts out towards INL, out towards the site gusts at 59 miles an hour, but we're keeping an eye on a similar pattern today, keeping an eye on those gusty winds, brief heavy rain, and frequent lightning. Starting off the day today, we'll be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s for your Friday morning. And with afternoon highs just about where they were yesterday, 80s, upper 90s, pushing into the triple digits as you get down southwest of Pocatello towards Mountain Home and Boise. Storm Prediction Center Day 1 outlook does highlight our entire region today in just a general risk for thunderstorms. And breaking down the probability of that for you, you can see the best chances for storms will be south and east of the Snake Plain, decreasing in coverage as you get further northwest across Custer and Lemhi counties. And here's a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for some isolated dry thunderstorms. Are expecting those further west today across portions of western and central Idaho. But in addition to that, just keeping an eye on that potential for more wet storms as well. Keeping the brief heavy rain, gusty winds, and again, just the potential there for some isolated dry storms. And for Saturday, 40s, 50s, and 60s start things off on your weekend, with afternoon highs staying consistent, upper 80s to low triple digits. And day 2 outlook does keep the bulk of our area in that general risk for thunderstorms region-wide. But in addition to that, we will be keeping an eye on the wildfire smoke that'll be working through our area. So here's a look at the latest HER smoke model run this morning. As you can see, just some patchy smoke will continue to filter in from the west, northwest throughout the day today. Overall, this leading to some hazy, smoky skies at times. A little bit higher concentrations across the upper Snake River Plain and central mountains due to that Bench Lake fire. But overall, not seeing any major changes on that, but keep an eye on some increased concentrations potentially building out onto the Snake Plain Magic Valley corridor for tonight into early Saturday, with just some widespread patchy smoke continuing throughout the day on Saturday. No real change on that, but we're still getting that broad northwest flow, so northwest to southeast, helping to bring some of that smoke from the central mountains down into the neck of the Burley Pocatello corridor for your Saturday evening. And best chances for those dry thunderstorms will be across portions of the western and central portions of the state, up into southwest Montana, but prevailing more wet thunderstorms as you get further south and east. And for your Sunday, 40s, 50s, and 60s for your Sunday morning, with afternoon highs still hanging out in those upper 80s to low triple digits, pushing about that 100 to 110 degree range as you get west of Shoshone and Twin Falls. And day 3 outlook does reduce the coverage of thunderstorms pretty dramatically here, just shifting to mist chances will be east of the I-15 corridor. Not expecting as much activity for your Sunday. And for Monday, rinse and repeat to start early next week, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s for your Monday, with afternoon highs upper 80s to low triple digits. And for Tuesday, you guessed it, much of the same, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s in the morning, with afternoon highs still hanging out in those upper 80s to low triple digits. And a look at what's to come heading into that July 24th through 28th time frame does keep us in that above normal favored temperatures. So overall, seeing that warm temperatures continue into next week as well. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook does keep us kind of in between that more monsoon push across the Great Basin and some drier conditions across the northern plains. So overall, we'll keep some isolated chances in the forecast. Conditions will remain mostly dry across the area, but certainly can't rule out some locally heavy downpours with some of those more organized storms. 8 to 14, not a whole lot of change there. Still looking at leaning above normal temperatures heading into August 1st, starting on that July 26th. And 8 to 14 precip outlook does begin to highlight our area, and just a slight chance for some above normal precip July 26th through the 1st. That's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome weekend and stay safe out there.